Hello everyone and welcome back to the FRC Historian. Today I'm going to be ranking all of the 12 FRC divisions. We're going to be looking at which one's the best, which one hasn't done as well, and then also finding out which division over the last 19 years has been the most successful, and then we're also going to be looking at the three distinct eras of FRC divisions. If you're wondering what those are, the first era per se started in 2001 with the introduction of the Einstein field in 4 divisions. Those 4 divisions who have been around since 2001 have been around 19 years. However, their era lasted 14, but when I talk about them specifically in their era, I'll be considering their 19-year history. And then in 2015, many years later, they introduced 4 new divisions for 2015 and 2016 championship, making it such that there would be 8 divisions, so there would be actually like a quarterfinal. So if you went to your division, started out, you got to the quarterfinal, semis, and then finals, you won that, then you went to the Einstein, which was another quarters, semis, finals for the World Championship. So there are many more rounds there than before that lasted 2015 and 2016. And then after that in 2017, they introduced the last division, the last era of divisions, adding 4 more to account for 6 divisions at each World Championship to create a round-robin effect, which has been working for the last 3 years. It's been interesting. Now I'm going to be starting out with the first round of divisions. And for those of you who did not know about this first round, the first 4 were named after some of the most well-known and recognized scientists, other than Einstein, of course, as that was the namesake of the final division, as first has always been a way to celebrate science and technology, engineering and mathematics, so they were able to assign 4: Archimedes, Curie, Galileo, and Newton. Those divisions have been out for 19 years, and believe it or not, it's actually not an even split, with 1/4 wins to each. So of these 4, here's how the rankings go. Curie is in 4th place, with 1 win in 2014, so the last year of that individual era, as well as 5 finalists, which, believe it or not, is more finalists than any of the other ones. Curie was actually finalist the 3rd year, as well as the 8th, 9th, 10th, so they actually had 3 finalists in a row, as well as the 12th, and then most recently was in 2012 was their last finalist. 2014 was their only win, and since then they haven't made it to the finals. But the Curie division has been one to make it to the finals, do well, but not win in the end. Next up, we're going to go on to our 3rd place, and in 3rd place, we have the Archimedes division. Now, for Archimedes, they actually went back-to-back in 2003 and 2004, and then winning again in 2006, giving them 3 World Championship wins in that era. And then in 2007, they actually have a total of 4 finalists. Finalists in 2007, in 2011, in 2013, and then finally in 2019, the Archimedes division gave him a finalist, becoming the only one of the original 4 to make it to the finals in 2019. Okay, now we're going to move on to our 2nd place. And 2nd place, with 5 wins, is the Galileo division. Now, the Galileo division is 5 wins and 3 finalists over the 19-year history. The Galileo division was actually the 3rd division to win consequentially. In 2008, winning the first, 2009 going back-to-back, then 2011, 12, and 13 winning the next 3. So had they won 2010, they would have won 6 years in a row. However, they won 5 and 6 years back-to-back, and then back-to-back-to-back, giving them 5 wins and 3 finalists. The 3 finalists occurred in 2002, 2004, and 2005. So if you look at it together, the Galileo division did very well. And all those other years, I'm not mentioning here when each of them got semifinalists. So originally, they were over for 4 divisions. So once you won your division, won the finals, then you got into the semis. If you won 2 of the 3 matches, you were in the finals, and that's when you decide whether you won or not. Now, finally, we're going to go on to number 1. This division has been the best over the years. Actually, the last time that this division won was in 2015. The last time they were finalists was in 2017, really spanning the gap. And this division, actually no, the last year they won was in 2019. So this past year, one of the original 4 divisions won. This division has won 7 times, and without further ado, the Newton division. Newton won in 2001, 2002, 2005, 2007, 2010, 2015, and then lastly in 2019. The Newton division also had 3 finalists from 2006, 2017, as well as 2014. Sorry for missing that one. Newton division is doing incredibly well. Of course, the teams who have held the namesake of the Newton division have done incredibly well. That's the original 4. Now I'm going to moving on to the next one. We started in 2015 when first wanted to incorporate more divisions, as there were quite a few teams in the 2014 World Championship. They wanted to invite more. So, starting in 2015, the 4 divisions added were Carson, Tesla, Carver, and Hopper, all named after more valuable scientists that first wanted to recognize. So, the Carson division is actually tied with Tesla in second place, though for third, I guess, with each of them not having a win yet, but having one finalist each. However, for the tiebreaker, in fourth place would be Carson, as in those first 2 years, in 2015 they became a quarterfinalist, as well as 2016, with Carson becoming an actual finalist in 2018. So next up, for our Tesla division, they were quarterfinalists in 2015, and then our very own finalist in 2016 with the division of, I've mentioned them before, with OP and Orbit, as well as the 2 other alliance partners, making it to Einstein finals, winning the quarters and semis, making the finals, winning a finals match, but then making out in the finals. That's why I give them the edge over it. So next up in our tie for first, but with that as well, the Carver division has won one World Championship in 2016 against Tesla, and also has had one finalist, with the Hopper division also having one win as well as one finalist. So if you judge these two from the 2015 and 2016 era, the winner of this would have to be our very own Hopper division, as in 2015 they were the world finalist, and then in 2016 becoming a world semifinalist. And if you're wondering what that meant in 2016 and 2015, in order to make it to the semifinals, you had to either in 2016 win 2 of the 3 matches, or in 2015 have enough of a high ranking score so that you were able to, your average ranking score outranked 4 other alliances, which was a phenomenal achievement for any alliance there on Einstein. With the Carver division going quarterfinalist in 2015, but then winning 2016. I just have to give the edge to Hopper. I guess you could consider this a tie, but Carver did win in 2016, Hopper winning theirs in 2018, so I just have to give Carver the edge for winning in 2016. Because in 2015 and 2016, for instance, Newton did win 2015. 2015 and 2016, it was arguably the hardest time to win, as you had to have your robot successfully win 6 matches. So, or in not 2015 exactly, as you had to have a high enough ranking score, so you had to make sure nothing went wrong over 6 matches. But for 2016, you had to win 6 instead of the 4, or I guess in the new round robin era, you could argue that as well. But that's just from personal preference. I consider the Carver over Hopper. Of course, now it gets harder to tell in that department, just because when we look at it in terms of rankings over time, the 2 world championships are split, and so you can't really equate them in that right. And I do give Carver the edge I do give Hopper the edge, because they did make it to the semifinals both years, and then making it out in the finals in 2015, which were some very close matches. Next up, we're going to move on to our final era, and we all know our final era started in 2017. So for all of you new seniors for this next year, this would have been your first year in 2017, the first year of 2 worlds, where Daly and Darwin were introduced for Detroit, and then Roebling and Turing were introduced for Houston. And so all of you out there who remember this, you'll know that Daly won both the 2017 and the 2018 World Championship, Strikeforce winning both times in there, and then Daly did not get finalist in 2019. Now for Darwin, in 2017, it became world finalist. 2018, it was ranked 6th in the round robin, and then 2019 it won the 2019 World Championship. Then in Houston, we have Roebling, which had 1 win and 0 finalists, with Roebling winning the World Championship in 2017. Then Turing having 1 finalist, getting that finalist in 2019 against Newton. So if you want to see how I rank these, of course these are a little bit harder to rank than the other ones, specifically because you can't really equate the World Championships the same way as you can't say this division beat this division. However, due to the stats, I would give Daly props for winning the first 2 World Championships in this era, which you have to give them credit for. and then Darwin for winning and becoming a finalist, Roebling for getting a win in third, and then Turian as a fourth. You could argue between the championships, but I am not going to raise an argument in here. So now, if you want to hear the overall rankings, my overall rankings for the divisions, I will really have to give Newton the edge as my number one division, as it has won 7 world championships in 19, and of course it's nowhere near as good as the average as, say, Daly, who's won 2 or 3, but at the same time we have to remember that it's going to be, it all comes down to the alliances at play. So do I think that if Daly went 19 years that they win 2 for every 3 years? I really don't think so. Of course it could happen, but I don't know. So widely regarded, I would give Newton credit as my number 1. I would give Daly credit as my number 2. And then for my number 3, I would have to give Galileo. So overall, Darwin would be a close contender for that as well. If you want me to go further into each of these and try to equate them per year, as well as the number of matches each of them have won on Einstein, please let me know. Please let me know your opinions on what your favorite division is, or what division you were in this past year. It's fun to look at this stuff, at least for me. And if you have any comments on this, or you want to see anything, please let me know in the comments below.